If you've noticed you can't sit through a movie anymore, or your mind jumps every few seconds, TikTok and Reels might be the reason. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're breaking down how short-form content quietly reshapes your attention span and why focusing on a single task feels harder than ever before. We are going to explore a phenomenon that some psychologists have started calling popcorn brain. A state where the mind is so accustomed to the constant popping and bursting of new information that it struggles to settle down on the slow, quiet rhythm of real life. This isn't about blaming you or judging your screen time, it is about understanding how the technology in your pocket was designed to hack your psychology. We will look at the mechanics of the dopamine loop, why your brain treats scrolling like a survival mechanism, and how you can gently train your mind to find peace in a high-speed world. But first, we need to understand exactly what is happening inside your head when you swipe up. To understand why your attention span feels shorter, we have to look at the brain's reward system, specifically a neurotransmitter called dopamine. Dopamine is often misunderstood as the pleasure chemical, but researchers suggest it is actually the chemical of desire and anticipation. It is what drives you to seek out food, comfort, and new information. For thousands of years, this system helped humans survive by rewarding us for finding resources. However, modern social media apps have engineered a way to hyperactivate this system. When you open TikTok or Instagram Reels, you are presented with a rapid-fire stream of novelty. Every video is a potential reward, a laugh, a shock, or a piece of interesting news. But here's where it gets even more interesting regarding how your brain adapts. Because the videos are short, usually less than a minute, your brain receives a spike of dopamine every few seconds. This trains your mind to expect a reward at an incredibly fast interval, much faster than anything that happens in the natural world. This constant reinforcement creates what behavioral scientists call a variable reward schedule, which is the exact same psychological mechanic used in slot machines. When you pull the lever on a slot machine, you don't know if you're going to win or lose, and that uncertainty keeps you pulling. Similarly, when you swipe up on a reel, you don't know if the next video will be boring or the funniest thing you've seen all week. That uncertainty puts your brain into a state of high alert, constantly seeking the next hit of stimulation. Think about that for a moment. You aren't just watching videos, you are engaging in a neurological loop of anticipation and release that is difficult to break. Over time, your brain adapts to this high level of stimulation, making everything else, like reading a book, writing an email, or even watching a 2-hour movie, feel excruciatingly slow by comparison. This is the essence of popcorn brain. Your thoughts are popping around like kernels in a hot pan because they have been trained to expect constant motion. The impact of this high-speed consumption goes beyond just feeling bored, it fundamentally changes how we process information. Experts in cognition point out that short-form content encourages shallow processing. Because the video is only 15 seconds long, you don't have to think deeply about it. You consume it, laugh, and move on. When you do this for hours a day, your brain's ability to engage in deep work, the kind of sustained, focused effort required to learn a new skill or solve a complex problem, begins to atrophy. It's not that you have lost the ability to focus, it's that your brain is prioritizing efficiency. Why spend energy focusing on one hard thing for an hour when it can get 100 easy rewards in the same amount of time? This next part might explain a lot about your daily habits. Many people report a sensation of scrolling paralysis, where they want to get up and do something productive, but they feel physically stuck to their phone. This isn't laziness, it is a dopamine lock. Your brain is prioritizing the guaranteed, low-effort reward of the screen over the high-effort, uncertain reward of the real world. Furthermore, this constant connectivity has led to an intolerance for boredom. In the past, moments of waiting, standing in line, waiting for the bus, or sitting on the toilet, were moments of mental rest. They were times when the brain could wander, process emotions, and daydream. Today, we fill every micro-moment with content. If there is a 3-second lull in a conversation, we check our notifications. If a TV show gets slow for a minute, we pull out our phone. Most people never notice this happening, but by eliminating boredom, we are also eliminating the brain's recovery time. Constant input means the brain is always in consumption mode and never in consolidation mode, which is necessary for forming long-term memories and creative thoughts. This is why you might feel mentally exhausted at the end of the day even if you haven't done much physical work. Your brain has been processing thousands of micro-decisions and sensory inputs without a break. The phenomenon also affects our emotional baseline. When you are exposed to a highlight reel of the world's most extreme emotions, the funniest jokes, the saddest stories, the most shocking news, all within a 10-minute span, your emotional regulator can become desensitized. Normal life, which is mostly mundane and repetitive, starts to feel gray or flat. You might find yourself needing background noise just to feel normal. Many people experience a sense of unease when there is total silence, reaching for a podcast or YouTube video just to have a voice in the room. This avoidance of silence is a key symptom of an overstimulated mind. Here's the surprising part: this need for noise is often a way to drown out our own internal monologue. When we are constantly consuming, we don't have to confront our own anxieties or thoughts. The phone becomes a digital pacifier, soothing us with distraction so we don't have to sit with ourselves. But this next part reveals the biggest reason attention spans are shrinking, and it has to do with context switching. Every time you switch from a video about cooking to a video about politics, and then to a video about a cute dog, your brain has to completely shift its context. It has to figure out what it is looking at, process the emotion, and then discard it for the next thing. This rapid context switching burns through glucose, the brain's primary fuel source, at an alarming rate. It causes what researchers call cognitive fatigue. This is why, after an hour of scrolling, you might feel a specific kind of brain fog where you can't remember what you just watched. But you also feel too tired to do anything else. You have effectively run a marathon of micro-tasks, leaving your executive function, the part of the brain responsible for planning and self-control, depleted. It is important to remember that this is a systemic issue, not a personal failing. The algorithms are designed by some of the smartest engineers in the world with the specific goal of capturing your attention for as long as possible. They track exactly how many milliseconds you linger on a video and adjust the feed to keep you hooked. Your willpower is fighting against a supercomputer. However, understanding this mechanism is the first step toward reclaiming your time. And this is where the science gets truly eye-opening regarding neuroplasticity. The good news is that the brain is incredibly plastic, meaning it can rewire itself. Just as it learned to crave fast stimulation, it can relearn to appreciate slow stimulation. It isn't a permanent state of damage, it is a habit that can be untangled with intention and patience. So, how do we begin to reverse the effects of popcorn brain? Experts suggest that the answer isn't necessarily to delete every app and go live in the woods, but to introduce friction and slow habits. One common strategy is to practice progressive delay. If you feel the urge to check your phone, try to wait just 60 seconds before doing it. This small gap helps to break the automatic reflex loop. Another effective method is to reintroduce single tasking. Try watching a movie without your phone in the room. You will likely feel an itch to check it, that is the dopamine withdrawal. Acknowledge the feeling, but don't act on it. Over time, that itch becomes less intense. Many people find it helpful to engage in hobbies that require two hands, like cooking, painting, or playing an instrument. Because these activities physically prevent you from scrolling while forcing your brain to focus on a continuous process. Another powerful tool is to consciously curate your environment to reduce visual noise. Turning off non-essential notifications can drastically lower the amount of cortisol, the stress hormone, in your system. When your phone isn't buzzing every 5 minutes, your brain can relax its vigilance mode. Some research suggests that even having your phone in your line of sight, even if it is off, reduces cognitive capacity because a part of your brain is actively ignoring it. Putting the phone in a drawer or another room during work hours can significantly boost your ability to think deeply. Emotional resonance beats like this are important. If you feel your mind racing even when nothing is happening, you're not alone. Your brain isn't broken, it's simply adapting to the world you live in, and you have the power to guide that adaptation in a healthier direction. We also have to talk about the value of digital rest. Just as your body needs sleep to repair muscles after a workout, your brain needs periods of low stimulation to repair focus. This might mean taking a 15-minute walk without headphones, looking out a window, or simply sitting on the couch with a cup of tea and no device. These moments of understimulation are actually when your brain does its best problem solving. Have you ever noticed that your best ideas come in the shower? That is because the shower is one of the few remaining places where you are forced to be alone with your thoughts, free from the constant stream of content. By protecting these quiet spaces in your day, you give your mind the breathing room it needs to reset its baseline. Ultimately, overcoming popcorn brain is about choosing quality over quantity. It is about recognizing that while short-form content is entertaining, it is the snack food of the information diet. Snacks are fine in moderation, but they cannot sustain you. Deep, long-form content, whether that is a book, a long conversation, or a complex hobby, is the nutrition that builds a resilient and focused mind. The world isn't slowing down, but you can teach your brain to slow down with you. By becoming aware of the invisible pull of the algorithm, you can stop reacting and start choosing where your attention goes. As we wrap up, remember that this is a journey. You will have days where you doom scroll for 2 hours, and that is okay. The goal is not perfection, the goal is awareness. Every time you catch yourself zoning out and choose to put the phone down, you are strengthening your attention span, one rep at a time. Popcorn brain isn't a life sentence. It is a signal from your body that it is time to unplug and reconnect with the tangible world around you. If this video gave you clarity on why your focus feels different lately, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments, do you struggle to watch movies without checking your phone? I'd love to hear your experiences. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.